You say back the blue, I say fuck the blue. But they don't know the law.
They do, yes. That's why they work there.
Then why is George Floyd dead?
I can't breathe. Please, the name of it. I can't breathe shit.
Probably wasn't drugs. If he obeyed, he would still be alive right now.
That was a cop that murdered someone. Is that the blue you want it back?
He didn't murder. I think he was justified.
I'm sorry, you can say he didn't murder George Floyd, but a jury, according to our laws in this land, found him guilty of murder. What about Sandra Bland? That's the girl that was smoking a cigarette and didn't put it out for the DPS trooper. And she ended up committing suicide, supposedly, in the
Do you
jail.
mind putting out your cigarette, please? Don't mind.
I'm in my car, but I have to put out my cigarette.
Get out of the car!
And then you
I
gonna
will
stun
light
me?
you up. Get out!
Wow.
Now!
Wow.
Get out of the
Really,
car!
for failure to signal, you doing all of this for
But you back there, Chauvin? Because if George Floyd would have just
If
complied,
you put it that way, maybe he was just a bad apple.
you got anybody out here supporting you back in the blue, no matter what?
Go back to blue.
I back the blue.
You see?
All the way.
I say
You see?
fuck the blue.
No, I don't.
They're murderers. They're killers.
No, I don't.
They're murderers. They're killers. They're murderers.
If you obey,
They're back the blue.
if you obey, nothing happens.
You see the video of something happening, but you got to see the police report
Of course.
to know what really happened,
Yeah,
right?
Police never.
Come on, man.
They would never lie on a report.
You're a fucking idiot. You just said you see the video, but you got to wait for the police report to see what the truth is?
Yeah, we need to know the story.
People like you, why people are getting killed by these bad cops?
Why?
Because these bad cops know that people like you are going to wait for the police report to come out and ignore the video and believe whatever they tell you. Chauvin, bad apple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't generalize the whole police
The
department.
trooper with Sandra Brand, bad apple? The only thing she did was refuse to put out her cigarette.
She didn't obey.
She didn't have to put out her cigarette.
If she had put her cigarette out, nothing would have happened to her.
True. If
Right.
she would have put out her cigarette, the cop wouldn't have hurt her.
Then?
But on that same token, she didn't have to put out her cigarette.
Yeah, everything.
An SAPD officer told a Mexican about 2 months ago to go back to Mexico. It's all over the news. It happened. And it's in his police report in case you're wondering. He did tell the Mexican to go back to Mexico.
About cops in Mexico, over in San Antonio. If you like, go back over there, mother.
I'm from here.
We're not from over here.
If that officer came and told you to go back to Mexico, assuming that's where you're from, would you just go back to Mexico and comply?
No,
Oh, wait,
live
there's
here.
something you're not going to comply with if a cop tells you to do
Maybe
it?
that's another bad apple. Maybe. Or
But when the bad apple tells somebody to do something that they don't have to do as an American, you just got through saying that if the person would comply, they wouldn't die.
exactly.
What about those people that really don't care about the risks, that we stand on principle? And by God, if I'm allowed to do it, I'm going to do it. What about us? Are we stupid for not complying, for not stopping?
Should obey the law. That's what I think.
I should obey the law.
Right.
So if I'm obeying the law and smoking a cigarette,
Nothing should happen.
the law allows me to do that, and a police officer comes and tells me, put it out,
Oh,
when I'm allowed to smoke it,
It's giving you a lawful order. You have.
I should follow it.
Yeah.
And if that same officer told you, go back to Mexico,
I'm not.
you ain't gonna do that, are you? Where are you from?
From here.
No.
Well,
No, no.
I'm from down south.
You're from down south.
Yeah.
So if he told you right now, go back down south now, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go back down south like he told you?
I don't think so.
Something you're not gonna comply with. So you kind of pick and choose what people should comply with when police tell them to do something, right? So you're not gonna comply with that officer if he told you that. But if he tells me to put out my cigarette and I end up dying because I don't, then hey, it's my fault. So if you don't go back down south, and you ended up dying as a result of not complying. It's cool, right? We should all just do nothing and say nothing. We should come out here with back the blue signs, right?
Back blue.
Fuck the blue. Bareback the blue.
We back the blue.
Bareback the blue. You guys know what bareback means?
Hey, I
Google it.
got young kids
Google
here.
it. I don't care. Take your young kids somewhere else. You see what's going on here. That's not very smart.
You started this.
You got two guys here arguing, and you want to say something. That's not. I'll give you.
I'm gonna speak up because you're talking loud enough for
Yeah.
everyone to hear you out here.
I want
instead
everybody-
of having a private conversation with this gentleman because you disagree with him about back
This is
to
a
blue.
private conversation, so bye-bye.
You were talking loud enough for us all to hear.
You got great hearing. I can barely hear.
Okay, well
I'm
I
sorry,
heard
I'm
how
sorry
you
that-
talking in front of kids.
Right, I can't hear out of this ear, and I'm almost all the way deaf in this ear from my military service, so I don't understand.
They're completely irrelevant. Your
I back the blue, brother. I got too many friends
I
who
can't
put
hear
their
what
life
you're
on the
saying.
line on a daily basis to protect his tail too. So.
See that?
Like, if you get on the head for doing
Probably
something like this,
something
then you do the
stupid.
same.
So he-